Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. Well, we begin tonight as an investigation is now underway after a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy shot a property owner in Chattaroy. This all happened last night as the deputy was called in to investigate a prowling call. They say the owner called authorities to investigate some kind of suspicious activity, but the deputy didn't know the armed owner was actually staying on site there.
So shortly after deputies reported shots were fired, medics took the man to the hospital. The extent of his injuries is still unknown. The deputy was not injured. He's now on standard administrative leave while the investigation is underway. This is a developing story, and of course we're going to keep you updated right here and also on KREM.com. Also today, 19-year-old Tyler Rambo shared his account of when he fired a gun in Coeur d'Alene 2 years ago. Rambo was on trial for attempted murder and aggravated assault. The charges stem from the 4th of July celebration shooting at the city park.
So Rambo told the jury he got into a fight with a man named Jawan Anderson there at City Park. He admitted to carrying a revolver as well as extra bullets with him, he said, for general protection. He also said after he and Jawan started fighting, other people then joined in and started kicking and beating him. Rambo says while he was there lying on the ground, he pulled out his gun and fired it into the air to try and get the group of people to back off. That's when he says he and Jawan fought over the weapon.
He was yelling, "Don't shoot me, run," something to that effect.
What were you saying?
I was saying, "I'm not going to shoot you, let go."
What was your intent at that point?
To get them out of there.
Why?
Because I didn't know if they were going to attack me from the side again or from the rear again.
Was it ever your intent to shoot Jawan?
Not at all.
Was it ever your intent to shoot anybody?
No.
The defense attorney also called Rambo's mother and 9-year-old sister to the stand today. Both were with him that day prior to the shooting. His mother says she didn't know he had brought a gun with him to the park.
The Spokane County Sheriff and City Police Chief are calling on the community to help curb the escalating gang violence happening in our area. Both agencies say they are seeing higher than usual trend of increased gang violence with crimes involving murders, felony assaults, and robberies. And they say most of these gang-related crimes are being committed by juveniles. The chief and sheriff believe the answer to stopping this trend and ending the cycle is for mentors in the community to step up.
We're trying to fill a gap as a government entity that really the family, the friends, the schools, they should be filling that gap. We're willing to do it because somebody has to do it, but we're never going to be able to penetrate to the same degree that a lot of these other entities are. They should be coming absolutely out of the woodwork and offering help. That's what's going to help with this.
Sheriff Knezevich says he could not say whether this trend is a result of students not being in school. He and Chief Meidel recognize there are programs to help teens stay away from a gang lifestyle, but they are asking for more people in the community to come forward and become mentors.
Jury selection is delayed at least one day in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. He's the one accused of causing the death of George Floyd last May. The court is first dealing with an appeal over the possible reinstatement of a third-degree murder charge against the former Minneapolis police officer. Chauvin is already facing charges of second-degree murder and manslaughter after pressing his knee into Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes, holding that position even after George Floyd went limp. Potential jurors answered questionnaires to determine how much they knew about this case and how much their opinions about protests could impact them. They will be interviewed individually, and the judge, defense attorney, and prosecutor will all get to ask questions. Once they are selected, the jury will then be escorted to the court, and they will be sequestered during deliberations. Opening arguments are slated for March 29th. All right, let's turn our attention back here at home as we talk to Tom Sherry about actually what amounted to be a pretty nice day. Yeah. Today, by the way, was the first day the kids went to school without their big heavy coats.
Oh, I love hearing that. And if they're in middle school or high school, they tend to go to school even in winter in shorts.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with that?
I don't know.
Here we go. We're talking about a few snow showers expected in the overnight hours. It'll be partly cloudy this week. We'll see temperatures in the upper 40s, but by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend, the temperature should climb into the low 50s. So So overall, pretty mild, although we could see some snow showers, especially down into the Palouse overnight. But of course, that would not stick around with those highs tomorrow in the upper 40s. Right now, we're at 46 degrees. That's a live look outside, too. It's really been a pretty nice looking day. Look for an overnight low of 30 degrees. Tomorrow's high 48, so pretty seasonal for this time of year. Looking ahead to the weekend, I've got partly cloudy skies on Saturday and 53, 51 the expected high on Sunday. I'll check the rest of your 7-day forecast in just minutes.
All right, Tom, thank you. As more Americans get the COVID-19 vaccine, the CDC is now out with new guidelines for those who have been fully vaccinated. Under the CDC's recommendations today, people who are fully vaccinated can now gather with others who are vaccinated in small groups without wearing masks and without social distancing. However, the CDC is asking vaccinated people to continue to wear masks and socially distance while out in public. And they are still advising people to avoid medium and larger in-person gatherings as well. So what does fully vaccinated mean? Well, according to the CDC, those who took the Moderna or Pfizer's 2-dose regimen takes about 2 weeks after the second shot to be considered fully vaccinated. Johnson & Johnson's 1-dose vaccine protection is considered full 2 weeks after that single shot. You must continue, though, to take all prevention steps until you are fully vaccinated.
Well, coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 o'clock, a Spokane woman described to us her relief now that she's fully vaccinated.
It was just fun to be able to look and get things for yourself and not have to make a list and give it to somebody else. And it was just fun to be able to shop.
Just fun. We love that. You're going to hear more from Cheryl Cooney about what this pandemic has been like for her and her husband. Coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 o'clock.
The Gonzaga women kicked off their play in the WCC tournament this afternoon. Brenna Green is joining us live in the newsroom tonight to talk about their semifinal matchup. Hi, Brenna.
Hi, Whitney. This has not been a game that's been kind to the Zags the past 2 years. Last year, they lost to Portland in the WCC semis, and the year before, they beat St. Mary's in double OT, but lost Jill Townsend and Laura Stockton to season-ending injuries. The Zags certainly looked like a team that hadn't played in 9 days for the first half of this game, so we're going ahead to the final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Zags lead cut to 6. Kaylee Trong with a huge and one inside. She'd make the free throw, 46-37 Zags. Then Jill Townsend on the fast break. Gonzaga's lead up to 11. And Yvonne Ejim was huge off the bench today. The reverse gets Gonzaga's lead to 13. Then she collects down low and once again pushes Gonzaga's lead to 13. Zags close out the third quarter on a 12-2 run and never look back, winning 72-62. Winning this game meant a lot in context of what has happened to this team the past 2 years.
Yesterday was a little bit tough walking in here, and I'm sure that the players have a little bit of a weight. The upperclassmen, they all know what happened here in years past as well. And luckily, I'm choosing to remember all the good things that have happened because we've had lots of positive memories here as well. But, of course, we're happy to get out of here with a different situation.
Gonzaga will face off against BYU tomorrow at 1 p.m. Those two teams split the series this year, so that's sure to be a great contest. One other college basketball note, congratulations to Eastern Washington's Tanner Groves, who won the Big Sky Player of the Year award today. Karthik Venkatraman will have more with the Shadle Park alum tonight at 6. Back to you.
Well, also today we are celebrating the winners of the Who Do You Love contest. 10,000 votes came in, and now it's time to give out those big checks from STCU. We'll tell you more about the winners when we come back.